Let's be real. If you've ever found yourself staring at a blank screen trying to write a listing description after midnight, you know that being a real estate agent is, well, it's more than a full-time job. But what if you had a junior assistant? One who never sleeps, never takes a coffee break, and can whip up incredible marketing copy in just a few seconds. Well, the good news is, you do. Let's dive into how generative AI is about to become the most indispensable new member of your team.
So here's how we're going to break this down, using what I call a crawl, walk, run approach. First, we'll start with the simple stuff, the quick wins your new AI assistant can handle for you right now. Then we'll get into how you can actually direct it effectively. And finally, we'll get to the really cool part, how to build a completely custom AI that's trained on your unique style and your market knowledge. And of course, we'll wrap up with the super important rules of the road.
Okay, let's just set the stage for a second. The daily grind for an agent, it's a constant juggling act, right? You're doing marketing, you're handling client communications, you're buried in administrative work. It is the perfect recipe for burnout. But this is exactly where our story begins.
I'm willing to bet the answer to this is a big, resounding yes. That one task alone can just drain hours of your creative energy. It's the perfect example of a high-effort, super repetitive job that is just, it's absolutely ripe for a revolution. This is the big mindset shift right here. You have to stop thinking of AI as just some fancy search engine or a chatbot. No. Think of it as a trainable assistant, one you can actually guide, teach, and delegate to. This is what's going to free you up to focus on the things you do best, building those crucial relationships and, closing deals.
All right, let's get into the crawl phase. These are the immediate, high-impact tasks that you can offload to your new AI assistant like today and see instant results. This is all about getting those quick wins right out of the gate.
And just look at the sheer breadth of what it can do. We're talking about everything from drafting those listing descriptions and social media posts to taking a dense 50-page inspection report and summarizing it into clear bullet points for your client. It can even suggest a whole 4-email follow-up sequence for leads you got at an open house. Every single one of these is a task that gives you back your time.
And check this out. On the left, you've got a simple, fact-based request. On the right, in literally seconds, you have a polished, engaging first draft. It's not just a time saver, it's a creativity booster. It gets you like 80% of the way there in an instant. But that is the perfect question, isn't it? Because getting a decent first draft, that's the easy part. But getting a great, final version, one that actually sounds like you and speaks directly to your ideal client, well, that requires a totally different skill. And that's exactly what we're tackling next.
Welcome to the walk phase. This is where you evolve. You go from being a simple user to being a director. You're not just asking random questions anymore. You are giving clear, precise instructions to get exactly what you want. Okay, if you remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. Garbage in, garbage out. It is the single most important rule of working with AI. If you just say, write about my new listing, you're going to get something generic and honestly pretty useless. But if you're specific, if you're clear, the results can be absolutely remarkable. And what's really cool is how this slide breaks down a powerful prompt into 4 simple parts. First, give it a persona. Tell it who to be. Second, a super clear task. Third, all the necessary context. And fourth, the constraints. Tell it what to do, what not to do, and what that final product should look and sound like. Persona, task, context, constraints. That's the secret sauce. And this just perfectly illustrates the difference. Write about my new listing. That's a total gamble. But look at the strong prompt on the right. It has a persona, a real estate marketer, a task, write an Instagram caption, context, the address and key features, and constraints, under 50 words, a specific call to action, and even hashtags. The result isn't just better, it's practically ready to copy and paste. Okay, now that you can walk, it's time to run. This is the advanced stage, and this is where things get really, really cool. You're not just using a generic AI anymore. You are building your own specialized assistant that thinks and writes just like you. This is all done using a feature called a Custom GPT. Think of it like a private version of ChatGPT that you've personally trained for your specific needs. It knows your brand, it knows your style, and it knows your market inside and out, because you're the one who taught it. So how do you teach it? Well, you feed it knowledge files. You can literally upload text files of your best performing emails, your most successful listing descriptions, your brokerage's brand guide, or even just notes on your local market's unique slang.
The AI uses these documents as its rulebook, making sure everything it creates sounds authentically like you. Now, to structure its core programming, you can use a handy framework like this one, Infuse. This helps you define its identity and goal, its navigation rules for using all those documents you gave it, the personality and flow you want, how it gives user guidance, the signals it should adapt to, and finally, the hard-end instructions it must always follow. Think of this as the custom operating system for your very own assistant.
Okay, we have covered some incredible potential here, but with great power, well, you know how it goes. We have to shift gears and talk about how to use these tools ethically, legally, and professionally. This part is absolutely non-negotiable. This is something you really have to keep in mind. An AI learns from this vast, messy amount of text on the internet. And of course, that text contains all sorts of human biases. So the AI can accidentally learn and then repeat those same prejudices. In this one experiment, it created code for evaluating tenants that was found to be profoundly biased. It's a huge wake-up call and a powerful reminder that human oversight isn't just a good idea. It is absolutely essential.
You also have to watch out for this weird thing called hallucination. It's basically when the AI just makes stuff up. It will state a fake statistic or invent a neighborhood amenity with total confidence. And the crucial thing to remember is you are the expert. You always have to fact-check the output.
So let's break this down into some hard and fast rules. First, the do's. Do make sure a human, that's you, always reviews the final output. Do fact-check any data or market details. And critically, do protect confidential client info. Never, ever paste it into a public AI tool. And then the don'ts. Don't use AI for formal legal advice, and don't ever forget that all fair housing guidelines apply to anything and everything it generates. At the end of the day, you're the one who's responsible.
And really, that's what this all boils down to. This isn't about replacing your strategic mind or your personal touch. It's about delegating the grunt work so you have more time for that high-value, human-to-human interaction.
The impact here can be immediate and it can be widespread. We're talking about everything from creating listing descriptions to analyzing market trends to drafting local market reports. There are over 23 distinct strategies you can put to work for you starting today. This is a fundamental shift in how you can get your work done.
So, as we wrap up, the tool is here. It's ready to go. It can be your copywriter, your marketing strategist, your administrative aide, all rolled into one. The only question left is, where are you going to start? What is that one task you would just love to take off your plate for good?